Hi, this is Mariano from Instatech. This is a quick technical presentation about a new thing I've implemented in the last days. It's useful for users because it avoids having problems, but it's a technical solution. So basically, it's two things. In general, it's detecting loops when the user is using the tool and creates a loop between dependencies. How to tell and how to solve it. The first case where the user can create a loop is if they are creating intermediate calculations and they introduce a loop. For example, let's do this. This reordering is because I create a graph of dependencies and I sort them topologically. So the ones that have no dependencies go first, and then the ones with dependencies. And so calc 2 depends on calc 1, and calc 3 depends on calc 2, let's say. And let's do so now what happens if I do that calc 2 depends on calc 1 depends on calc 2. I will get this dependency loop detected in formulas. Some variables won't be evaluated correctly. To solve break the loop by removing some variables that introduce the loop, and it tells you where it detected the loop. It may be some other place you can break it, but so if I go here and I put the number, for example, it gets solved. This is the first case. Let's see it with an example. When this happens, evaluation won't evaluate correctly. Basically, the variables that are in the loop will resolve to null, so you will get either 0, not a number, or something like that. So let's say we have the seconds here from the clock, and we create two variables, and we multiply seconds by 10 or 11, and then we multiply calc by 10. So this works if we put this on the aggregation. And if we introduce a loop, for example, if we drop calc 2 to the multiplication, it will evaluate to 0 because they will evaluate to null, and JavaScript weirdly multiplication by null is 0. And the second case where you can introduce a loop is, for example, if I have a clock and I use it to run a query, and then I use the result of the query to do an aggregation, and then I use the result of the aggregation in the query. I introduce a loop in the cells. So basically here it will break the loop and revert the change because it detects it on the change. I could also in the formulas break it, but since it's less since it can evaluate with error results, I leave it so the user can change and break the loop however he or she prefers. In the case of cells, I break it because otherwise I will have to detect it when I propagating changes in outputs. So it's better to break it on detection. And just in case, so that the user doesn't think that the tool is working wrongly, I will leave a dialog saying that I reverted the change because I detected a cycle. So this is cycle detection on variables and on cells, and also on variables, doing the topological sort, the user doesn't need to order the variables in the right evaluation order. I sort them. I sort the graph of dependencies and I evaluate them in an order that will make sense, so they don't have to think about it. And of course, in the cells too, the order of cells doesn't matter. It will be the outputs will be propagated in order. So this was basically cycle detection on variables and formulas and cells, and ordering of evaluation in cells and formulas. And this was one of the few remaining big features to be implemented to make it easy for users to use the tool. If you have any comment, just let me know. Bye.